Good morning, everybody. My gosh, it seems like so long since I have been here with you, and I am super excited. I've been working on a really cute project this morning that I can't wait to share with you. Can't wait to tell you all about my trip to Utah, and there's just so much. I just don't know how we're going to fit it all in, but anyway, I am going to start. I teased you and said that today we would be making some sweet projects from the annual catalog. So let me show you what we're working with. So, oh, I thought I had my space already. I was so proud, but it turns out I didn't. So, oh my gosh, I'm not sure where that one goes. All right, let me switch the camera down, and it just opened right to it. So we are in the annual catalog on page 19 and looking at the Sweetest Cherries bundle. So that is a punch bundle. So it comes with a stamp set and a punch. Oh, sorry, the glare. It's so hard to do punches. So it punches out the cherry, the stem, and 2 leaves. And the stamp set has got this huge, this lovely sweet, and then you can make all kinds of greetings, sweet friend, sweet day, life is sweet, with you in it, wishing you a sweet day, wishing you sweet birthday wishes. I mean, there's just so many things, so many phrases that you can do with it. Now, you've probably heard a lot of talk about what we did in Utah, and that we took 80 swaps with us to Utah, meaning we took 80 of the same cards, and that I made 80, and then took them there and we swapped with each other, and I came back with 80. Now, 78 was the official count, and then we had some people that weren't able to come at the last minute, so I came home with 74. And okay, I'm going to click back for a second and just show you. They are in these 2 drawers. So they fill these 2 drawers completely. And I'm going to share a bunch of them with you as we go through. Now today I have 2 that I'm going to show you, 2 of my favorites, and I should make you guess who made these cards. It won't surprise you at all to learn. But yeah, I should. Hey, Lori, if you know the styles very well of some of my favorite demonstrators, then you will recognize these right off the bat. I had no trouble recognizing them, and I'll just tell you. This one is Erica Serwin's card. So Erica was with us in Utah, had some time to chat with her, and thank her. She and her mother taught a watercoloring class several years ago that I took, and it was incredible. Then this one is Michelle Litwiller's card, and yep. So I got to spend some time with Michelle as well, and it was just phenomenal. I have a fun layout, so keep these in mind, and then I'm going to change it up slightly and tell you I have a fun layout. This is a card from the masking techniques class that I am teaching tonight, and this is such a fun fold that I decided we needed to do that in today's live. So how amazing is that, right? Let me move the envelope so you can kind of see. So let's do that again. So it lays flat like this, and then it opens with these 2 flaps. And of course you could have more inside here, or even inside these 2 flaps would be a lot of fun. Of course, that's going to add a lot of thickness, and it already has, a fair bit of thickness to it. It's just got the one 5.5 by 4.25 piece on the back, but it has this piece that all folds up, and then it has the layers on top, right? So it's fairly thick, so keep that in mind as you think about what you might put here or here. And I apologize, I never made it back downstairs to get my jewelry on, so I'm feeling a little naked without my ring and my earrings. So with this fold in mind and these sweet projects, I decided that I wanted to do something with this Sweetest Cherries bundle in this fold. So here is my first go at that. And with your help, we may switch it up a little bit in our video today. So, so far, I've just got sweet and the 2 cherries, and then a panel on the inside where I thought we would finish off our greeting. So we could put sweet, and then birthday wishes could go right here, and it would just fall right under it. That might be cute. Or we could say life is sweet, and then with you in it on this panel here. And I thought we might need another cherry in here, so maybe it gets popped up here so that it's not visible until you open the card. It wouldn't leave you a lot of writing room, so you might want to add another panel somewhere else for more of your message. I don't know, but I kind of like that idea with the 3rd cherry just peeking out when you open the card up. And I think it goes like that, and we just put our greeting right here. Okay, so let's make a new card and do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this. You know what? We'll make this one Sweet Birthday Wishes. We'll finish it up, and then we'll make the other one a little different. So I'm gonna stamp in real red. Find my stamp again. I need to put this envelope back in here. So we're making 5 cards in this class tonight, and they are gorgeous. I can't wait. So here, let's do sweet and birthday wishes, which is right here. And I'm either going to have to clean a block or get another block. Well, actually, I think this one's going to fit okay. Now, I need to know, I almost need to keep this open to see where to stamp it. Now, I don't like to stamp down on another layer because you never know if it's truly flat, but I think this one is. Now, forgive me, I'm going to probably get my head in the camera. So we'll stamp that like that, and then we'll glue our other cherry down. And again, not using dimensionals because I can't add any more bulk to this. And of course, you could stamp this cherry and add even less bulk, but I think it will look best if it's just tucked right in there. And we could argue that it should go the other way. Maybe we'll make the stem go the other way on the next one. And then we'll just glue this down. Of course, it needs some bling. So we'll add that last. And I used glue so that I could slide this in. And so actually you could write here, you could add some more white here. You know, there's plenty of room to write here, or you could even add a panel on the back. But I think that turned out pretty cute. Now there's some things that I'm definitely going to do a little different on the next one. So let's talk about it and make it together. Okay, so I think I have my pieces here, and of course that needs a bow as well, and I don't have that out. Okay, so I started with, this is my back. Okay, so it is a piece of real red, and it's a 1/4 piece, so it is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then I've got Let's see, which pieces do I need? All the measurements will be in the blog post, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time trying to figure out what my measurements are because I've got them handy. Okay, so this is this piece that goes here. Okay, that's the layer for that. This piece gets stamped and then cut in half. That becomes the panels here and here. Then I have a piece for the outer greeting, and I have a piece for the inside. I'm not sure which one. Okay, so it's this piece. I need to set this one aside so I don't get it confused. All right, now it'll take these cherry pieces a minute for the glue to set, so I'm actually going to start with that. So let's set these aside. I still need to cut that middle piece of real red, and I decided to do that with you. Okay, so we need, from this piece, we need 3 stems. I like to kind of, I don't know what game I'm playing here, but to see how much I can get from a piece of cardstock. Oh, I don't want to get all of that. I could go this way because I'm going to need multiple leaves, but I'm also going to need multiple stems. All right, let's see what that does. All right, so that gets us 1 stem and 2 leaves, and I think we're going to need 3 stems. Uh, 3 stems. Okay, well, there is stem number 2. Oh, I don't know if I can get it out of here. Let's see. Isn't this ridiculous to play this much with your scraps? I don't know, kind of like this game. Oh my gosh, so close. Let's see what we think. Oh, I think I did it. Okay, so I think I've got my 3 stems and 2 leaves. I slept really funny on my shoulder last night, and it is just, it's hurting. All right, so then we need our cherries. And a little scrap of cherries back there. So I'm going to cut, I'm going to punch. There's 1. Oh, darn it. You can see my predicament. I'm hoping. I don't think I'm going to get 3 from this. So close. So we are still on baby watch. Baby Nolan has not made his appearance yet, which that's the good news. He didn't come while I was in Utah. But so I figure since I have a class tonight and I have bingo tomorrow night and I have a tea party next week, along with a blog hop and other things, that he's just waiting to make sure that he's got the most challenging time for me to work around. Because again, it's all about me. My husband is doing very well. He and Hardin did fine while I was away. Okay, and I said that I thought maybe this leaf would go that way. They did fine. My mom helped. I came home to a very clean kitchen, so it's quite clear that she'd been here. My roommate was Cindy Westerink from the Grand Rapids area of Michigan, and she and I made it a goal to float in the pool every day and enjoy the sunshine. and the downtime. And we did. We thoroughly did that. Okay, so we've got those stamped. Now let's put little dots of glue and get them. Yeah, they did fine. Okay, so we want some just little dots of glue here for the stems, and we want one going this way, and I think we'll have the other two oh, my shoulder. I'm gonna have to take some Tylenol. And Greg goes back to the doctor next week, back to the surgeon, so we'll see how they think his ankle is healing. And poor guy, he's pretty hopeful that they're gonna turn him loose to do some PT and some weight bearing, and I don't know, he was pretty clear initially that that would be a 12-week recovery before we got to that point. Okay, now those can dry while we work on the other pieces. Let's go ahead and stamp this green piece that gets cut in half with the little kind of a basket looking. And what I did on the first one was I just lined this up on my grid paper like so, and then stamped over one. So you can see my stamp is hanging over. Now this is not a perfect it's not all straight lines here, so now I've got a little gap there, but I don't really think that that's going to be noticeable, but we can flip it over and start over just in case that it is. Okay, try that again. So here, and when you can't put your head right up over it, it makes it a little more difficult to line up the edges. And of course I could get my Stamparatus out to do that. And now I've left myself in a and I think that looks amazing. All right, now we'll cut that in half, and then we'll go ahead and cut that red piece that opens up. Let's leave that there for a second. Now Erica's got some black. She's got a black layer in her card that I didn't put anywhere in mine. Okay, so this is 2 3/4, so halfway is going to be just 1/8 under 1 1/2. And a good bit of that is still hidden, so it's okay if I fudged that a little bit. All right, so now let's cut that middle piece. So it is 4 1/4 by 9 1/2. So I need to cut 1 1/2 inches off. And then I'm going to score each end at 1 3/4. So here's my scoring blade, and then 3 1/4. So 1 3/4 and 3 1/4. So one of the cool things that Cindy and I did while we were together is collaborate on some ideas for upcoming classes and such. I'm super excited about that. I'm a little hesitant. I've got the hues of happiness for this month's club, and it has now gone on back order and won't be available until after our club meets. But I can't really change it up at this late date without running into other issues. So I'll send out an email today about the plans for that. Next month I'm going to do He's the Man for Card Club. I've got an amazing fun fold to use in that casing from one of the swap cards. So anytime you have an option to swap, it's a great way to get cards to use in your own business. Now I got to show you. How cool is this? So Tamara Davis has a business. She's a demonstrator. She's currently in North Carolina, moving to Las Vegas in the short run. And she gave each of us an engraved bone folder with our name and then the Gather Together June 2022 logo. So what a special keepsake from that. That was so sweet and such a surprise. Tamara came home and was diagnosed with COVID, so that was no good. All right, so when we put these down, okay, we're just going to put them down on each end. And, you know, I like to use this green glue because it gives me a little wiggle room in getting things lined up straight. Did I show you all my swap card from the Utah trip? I cased a card in the catalog. Oh my gosh, okay, which way do you go? All right, sorry. I thought I had it lined up and then I didn't. No, it's either this way. Okay, that's the bottom, or this is the bottom. I think it's this one. Okay. I cased a card in the catalog using the Nature's Prints bundle, the Sun Prints suite, and it had a lot of steps. And at some point on Wednesday night, I had Rhonda Wade and Angie Judah and Michelle Litwiller and Jennifer Hill and Hattie Nelson and Rhonda's helper Jane all working on my swap card. But this is the finished card, and I absolutely love it. So I put my business card in each one, and so it has, like I said, it has lots of steps to it, but it's so pretty. I had so many people asking me how I did the background and the embossing, and were quite surprised to learn that I did the embossing after I colored the background, but I didn't feel I would get as vibrant a look if I did it a different way. Okay, so now we can go ahead and put this piece down, and so I love this grid paper. Now this is retired. These are retired colors, but I don't see straight very well, and this grid paper really helps. So I bought a fair bit of it and will use it until it runs out. That is not the norm of what I do with my Stampin' Up business, but it is what I'm going to do about this. Okay, so now I need to get this. I'm sorry, I'm going to probably put my head right in the camera. but I want to line this up. This is the beauty of the grid paper, is that it helps me line this up in the center. And it goes edge to edge this way and then opens like this. All right, so that's pretty much the base of things. Now let's look at the stamping. And what are we going to stamp this time? So we did sweet birthday wishes on the last one. I think that if I can get life is sweet, okay, with you in it, that's the goal. I want life is sweet on this one, and then with you in it on the inside. All right, so let's clean this one. So I think if I do sweet more towards the bottom, I will have enough room left to get the life is. I've already got sweet on a block over here. We're going to stamp that in black. And then we'll trim it down after we get everything the way we want it, because it can overhang. Now, this would not be a bad time to use your Stamparatus, because if you want a really sharp image, the way to guarantee it is to do it on your Stamparatus, and that way you can stamp it multiple times if you need to. Right, and I'm just going to come almost to the edge and pretty much at the bottom and stamp that down. I'm going to apply some pressure, not trying to push it to the floor, but I am applying some pressure, even pressure, to transfer that ink. All right, let's see how that did. I know that last time I missed that little edge of the S. Okay, I am pleased with that. I think that's awesome. So we'll set that aside, and then let's grab the life is. Oh, that's good. Here is life is. And then let's figure out where we want that to go. So keep in mind our cherries are going to be like here and here. So where does life is go? Does it go I don't think it has to go all the way over. I think it can come in just a touch. All right, we'll stamp this in red. And I'm going to put that right there. All right, there is life is sweet. And then we have, okay, let's probably assemble this, and then, now there is another change that I would make on this card. So I let the red come under the DSP and did it as a layer here. I think that instead, on this time, I'm going to do the red under the white. And the way I did the red, I took, so this is a scalloped, the scallop dies, dadgum, what are they called? Anyway, and I just die cut the edge on each side so that I would have two. This is masking post-it tape, which I use quite a bit in my die cutting. And I'm just going to go over and grab. These are called Scalloped Contours dies. And I actually have two sets because I use them a lot in my classes. And two sets makes the die cutting go a lot faster. Okay, Now, is this long enough to go across? That might be our test. Okay, let's just put this down and then we'll know. Come on, give me a little glue. And okay, that's pretty awesome. I like that. Now let's put these two pieces together. We met some very interesting people while we were in August, in August, while we were in St. George. There was a show being filmed in St. George called, it's an HBO show called We're Here, and we got to meet some of the cast and crew from it. It was quite quite interesting. Okay, so this is going to go here. And then my friend, or Patty Jones, so Patty replaced me at my day job last summer, and she came and picked me up on a four-wheeler and took me out in the desert, not to leave me for dead, but to, and just showed me a bunch of Utah. Okay. Now I know that I don't want this to hang over. I got to be careful that this doesn't hang over here. So, and I also, it really doesn't have to even come to the edge of the cherries, because that inside cherry is going to peek in right here. So the white needs to be gone by that point. But so I think we're just going to cut it off at the edge of the red. How's that? But I had so much fun with Patty on the little Polaris. It was just a blast racing through the desert. I saw dinosaur tracks. Some of those photos I'll share today in the blog post. All right. Now let's put these little guys down. So we need it dimensional. So right here for one dimensional, it will hold it just fine. And then one down here for the other one. And like I said, I don't want so now I have a conundrum. If I leave it too much over here, because I've got this white and I don't want that white to show when I open up the card, because I've got that other cherry that's going to peek out. So what am I going to do about that? Ooh, and honestly, that cherry is kind of sticking out a little far, so we need to move it over. I can take this piece off because, oh, actually no, I can't. I did take the other one all the way to the red. So should it go all the way to the red or to the, oh, I think I kind of like the way that lines up. Okay. Okay, so let's Do it just like that. And then let me open this up. Where is that other cherry going to be? Where did that other cherry go? Here he is. Okay. So it could be down here. Let's see how we like that. Or do we like him up here? Okay, I kind of need some votes. I don't really want him floating. I think I'm just going to bring him down here, and he'll be right above Life is Sweet with you in it. So let's get that stamp out. Goodness, where my voice is gone. With you in it. I'm so sorry. All right, then we're going to stamp this. So that's going to be about right there. That's going to line up like so. Oh, no. Oh, shoot. But I can bring the cherries up. I forgot about that. Because they are not attached. So they can come up. All right. We're just going to stamp this kind of along the bottom. Then we're going to add that cherry kind of in the bottom right above it. And it's never a bad idea, especially when you're working with a brand new stamp, to stamp it off. I've got my grid paper to help me line that up. Dirty stamps over there. And then let's put this cherry. I just want to make sure that that leaf doesn't get folded in, so maybe it's a good idea to glue this down. Okay. Now this little leaf, and there's a little bit of tackiness on the back of that cherry. Okay, so there. Can y'all see? No, you can't. All right, so this is how this would open up. I like that. Okay, so you stick there for a hot minute. Kind of mark where this goes. Now that's kind of fun to do glue one-handed. Just a few dots. I also have a super cool new holder for my glue, but I think it's in my suitcase, so I didn't have it up here. All right, you here, a little bit there. Just tucks. Oh, I think this is really cute. Okay. Now we need to put this. How did I get, oh shoot. Oh, I forgot that. Okay, that's a problem. Okay, it's not really a problem, it's an opportunity, right? Because we all do stuff like this. I know I threw away a scrap of vellum today. Where is it? It should be right there. Oh my gosh. There. Okay. So I'm going to cover up the glue on this side with a piece of vellum, and then I'm going to wipe up the glue on this side with something I don't have in here right now. A wipe. Oh my gosh. How did we get to the end and then make such a silly mistake? Okay, so once that's really dry, I can use a sand eraser to erase any of that glue. And by wiping it off with a paper towel, I got a lot of it off. So these little erasers are quite handy. I include them in my swag bag of goodies when my card club subscribers have been around for 6 months. So I have a group that'll get these this month. All right, now let's trim this off so it doesn't show. All right. Goodness. It was going so well. Did you ever say that? It's dangerous to say, isn't it? All right, we are almost done. I'll put this down. I need you to bump in so we can see that we get this lined up evenly. Oops, come on, where are you going? And then let's add some rhinestones. Oh my gosh, I love this. Of course, I also think it needs some Wink of Stella. Even though cherries wouldn't have Wink of Stella, I mean, shouldn't everything have Wink of Stella? I think so. All right, so even though this little twine is sweet sorbet, it will look really cute with this. So we're going to add a bow with it. Oh, it just twisted all up on me. Okay. There you go. All right. I need a glue dot to put this down. And it does not want to come off. Okay. Come on, I'm just balling it up. I put that right there. Then mash my little knot into it. And add some rhinestones, which should be back here. So they were put away with the drawer for the masking class tonight. And I need to take your pick tool. And I'm going to get a big rhinestone from down here. And I'm actually going to put it on the back. And then grab a middle one and put it, oh, where are we going to put it? Here, there. And and a small one. Right there. And we might need to add a couple more. There. And there. All right. So, amazing, cute. I love how this turned out. It's inspired by this card of Erica's, which I absolutely loved, as well as the card from tonight's masking class, which is here. And this is how our card turned out. So what do you all think? Be sure and leave some comments for me. And then this will all post on the blog and be sent out in an email to my blog subscribers later today. And then of course you can, it will flip all the way open so that you can write here, or you could even add some more white if you wanted to. Thanks for being here with me today. I hope that you love this card, and stay tuned for more projects to come. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.